Hello and welcome to Countrywide on Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. The headlines. Benue State Civil Protection Guards arrest suspected vandals in Makurdi. Federal government says 2024 budget will be fully implemented. Plus, 3 die in Lagos building collapse. And the news in details. Officers of the Benue State Civil Protection Guards have arrested some suspects who have been vandalizing property and security transformers in Makurdi. Security correspondent Martha Iku tells us more.
The latest arrest in early hours of Wednesday was at the School of Aviation at Utu Layout, Welfare Quarters Extension in Makurdi, when the young men were allegedly arrested while removing doors of the school. The security officer in charge of the School of Aviation, Mr. Abba Steven, narrating the destruction done on the school, says over 100 doors and windows were removed by the suspects from the school during different operations before they were finally arrested.
One certain day we are go there. I meet this young guy with him begin along with the car when Kali him begin along. We pursue him but we no fit catch him. I see after police go back, I see go meet him face to face with him father. Bring him father say make that thing then stop. When I talk with him father pursue me with the cutlass. Say that work no my father work. I come up from his house. After 2 days. Then went there, break the door, park toilet, park engine, 2 engine, 4 gen, like 120 door, glass for window, all they don't look one.
The acting commander, Benue State Civil Protection Guards, Captain Ayoba Ajobi, describes the arrest of the suspect following a tip-off on criminal activities in the area, calling on the people of the state to always make available information to his men for prompt action.
Our men were able to apprehend some suspects, and as you can see from the background, 2 of them were picked at the School of Aviation. Like our slogan, if you see something, say something. This is the gains of that slogan. So I'm appealing to every citizen of Benue State. Like if you see something that is wrong, don't keep quiet. Alert the security agencies. We're there.
The special advisor to the Benue State Governor on Security and Internal Affairs, Mr. Joseph Har, says the present administration will do everything to rid the state of all forms of criminal elements, adding that the suspect will be prosecuted to serve as deterrent to others.
This is a very good fit to show how serious we are working within Makurdi here. We are going to prepare them and hand them over to the police as required by law. We cannot prosecute. We've gotten some facts of those people involved, the sellers, the colluders, some of them who are actually law enforcement agents. We also got those details.
The suspects arrested from the School of Aviation who confessed to committing the crime said they have sold some of the doors they removed.
So I sold them.
I steal dog from School of Aviation. First time to go there.
Among the suspects arrested are these teenagers who were arrested in connection to vandalization of electricity transformers, who says they found some iron coppers from the site where an electricity transformer was vandalized by a group of criminals at the residential area for commissioners in Makurdi. He said parts of the wires has been left along with others had come to pick them to sell to ironmongers before the officers of the Benue State Civil Protection Guards arrested them. The security officers in charge of the School of Aviation says 2 of the suspects were arrested with about 26 doors and 3 motorcycles which were used in the operation. One of the suspects escaped and is still at large. Martha Iko, Benue Television News, Makurdi. The latest arrests in
Moral values and good ethics again have been advocated as basis for shaping the society. Director of Digital's Academy Mfena Chakula announced this Wednesday during the graduation of Digital's Academy Makurdi. Manasseh Anangwachia, who went around schools to monitor activities at graduations, has the rest of the reports.
Every year, primary and secondary school in July and early August come to an end for the session to resume in September. Within this period, many schools conduct end-of-session ceremonies such as graduations and prize-giving day. At Digitalt Academies. Graduation ceremony Wednesday. It's a moment of joy and excitement as the various classes take turns to present dance, rhymes, and memory verses to the guests and parents who grace the occasion. Proprietress of the school, Mrs. Mfena Shenkula, believes the society can be better if learners in various schools imbibe the virtue of good moral and ethics taught to them in schools. Shenkula says the society will be better only when learners keep to the teaching they receive from teachers and parents.
If these children are going out with such moral education, that shows that we are having a better society. And Digitalt Academy Makadi is one of the schools that are taking the bull by the horn to ensure that we contribute our own little quarter into a better society by training the children to be better as they grow up. I would advise the graduates to 1, trust in God, 2, see miracles in life every day. We tag that as smile. See miracles in life every day, and that will take them far. We also encourage them to be excellent in whatever they do. Hard work pays.
Head teacher of the school, Mrs. Faustina Apila, who received an award for serving the school for 10 years, promised to do more and encourage others to do same.
I'm so happy and excited, overwhelming. I don't really know how to thank God Almighty for the opportunity given to me today. And for me, working here for 10 years have granted me that laptop, and I'm so happy. What I've been wishing to have, and God just provided for me today. So I'm grateful to God for that gift. We are good to go because I know that is human for us, and I have to endure. That's endurance. So, and it has taken me this far today. So I really thank God for that, and it's nice working with her because she has really mentored me in such a way that even when without her, I'm able to handle the school without her being around.
Parents Dave Itodo and Faith Honge described the school as an institution of repute and encourage parents to support the school in its efforts to build up the children academically, mentally, and spiritually for a better society.
My advice to other parents is that they should not leave the training of their children alone to just the teachers. They should labor behind the scenes to make sure that their children are well brought up academically, spiritually, and character-wise.
My advice for the graduates is to be more focused. They shouldn't forget where they are coming from. Some are coming from a rich background, some are coming from struggling background. But even though your parents have or they don't have, be focused. Know that you are there to make your parents proud. First, you're making God proud, making your parents proud, and then you should make yourself proud too. Because when you give quality to yourself, you are returning it back to the society.
A best graduating student, King David Itodo, and other learners smile home with gifts. Manasseh Nongachia, Benue Television News, Makudi.
Congratulations to the graduates. The federal government has reiterated commitment to the full implementation of the 2024 budget. It also pledged to promote a transparent and efficient financial management system. The commitments were made Wednesday by the Finance Minister and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edum. He spoke during a meeting with the House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts at the National Assembly in Abuja. Edum's meeting with the House of Panel came a day after the National Assembly passed the 6.2 trillion naira supplementary appropriation bill to raise the 2024 budget to 35.0 trillion naira from 28.8 trillion naira, pledging to achieve a robust and transparent financial management system. The minister underscored the government's dedication to enhancing the efficiency of financial operations across the various ministries, departments, and agencies. He called for accelerated implementation of the 2024 budget, underscoring the need for timely and effective performance to achieve the set goals. The collaborations continued with the ministry in its place. Let's take a break. Stay with us. Glad to have you back. The Nigerian Governors Forum has reiterated its commitment to improving the security and protection of lives and property at the sub-national level. Recall that the nationwide strike set to take place from August 1st to 10th has been generating tension and varieties of responses from Nigerians. Numerous groups expressing interest in leading the campaign stated that the protest was sparked by the escalating cost of living and the economic hardship faced by the populace. In a statement, the NGF chairman, Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, emphasized the importance of implementing robust security measures to ensure the safety and well-being of citizens within the respective states. This announcement followed the forum's meeting earlier Thursday morning. The NGF received a briefing from the National Security Advisor's NSA Office of the current security situation in the country. The NSA stated the growing momentum for a planned protest demanding government's attention. The NSA is committed to supporting the governors in the improving security architecture at the sub-national levels. The governors thanked the NSA and reinstated its commitment to enhance the security of lives and properties at the sub-nationals. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, on Thursday confirmed the death of 3 site workers on building that collapsed at Oro Jogbe Estate in the Maryland area of the state. In a statement, the agency's permanent secretary, Dr. Olufemi Oke Osanyintu, said the incident happened at number 13, Wilson Mba Street, Oro Jogbe Estate, Maryland, Lagos. He said the agency received a distress call regarding a collapsed building at the above address at about 3:49 a.m. This prompted the immediate activation of the agency's response team at the incident scene at 3:58 a.m. It was discovered that the set of 3 trances under the construction had collapsed. Search and rescue operations began immediately and 3 adult males were recovered dead. 2 male adults were rescued alive and 1 adult male trapped under the rubble was rescued. He added that the rescue ones were carried out through the efforts of the LASEMA and Lagos State Fire Service. All the 6 men were identified to be site workers. They are receiving pre-hospital care on location while the State Environmental Health Monitoring Unit has been contacted for the remains of the 3 fatalities. The medical guide of Lagos State has called on the government to pay the reviewed consolidated medical salary structure allowance, living wage of doctors, or prepare for crisis. The Medical Guild is an association of doctors in Lagos State employment. A statement signed by the chairman, Medical Guild, Dr. Moruf Abdusalam, on Wednesday said CONMES was implemented for their federal counterparts with its accrued arrears from July 2023. The Guild also requested the demolition of specialist consultants as a result of incorrect entry into the public service, saying this had led to loss of income, low morale, and lack of interest from prospective specialists in joining the state health service. Absalam appealed to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to avert an avoidable grand landscape crisis in the health sector and urgently implement the above proposed incentives for the health sector in Lagos State. We'll take more news after this break. Stay with us. Glad to have you back on Countrywide. The federal government has resumed the trials of 300 persons allegedly involved in terrorism and suspect of other heinous crimes against the country. A statement yesterday by the head of the Strategic Communication National Counter-Terrorism Center, Office of the National Security Advisor, NCTC, ONSA, Michael Abu, said resumption of the trial was in pursuance of the government commitment to promoting social justice by entrenching transparent administrative system. He said the ongoing trial was in line with the international criminal justice system and was being administered by the Federal High Court of Nigeria. Abu added that the Complex Case Work Group, CCG, of the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and other critical stakeholders were also involved, while it is being done under the coordination and supervision of the NCTC ONSA. He also said more than 300 suspects were on trial, with 5 reputable judges manning the 5 courts and chambers of the speedy administration of justice. The trial involved multiple stakeholders, CCG prosecutors, and defense counsel from the Legal Aid Council of Nigeria. The Labour Party has accused elected members of sponsoring the internal crisis within the party. National Legal Advisor Kainde Ejum stated this yesterday during a news conference at the party secretariat in Abuja. Ejum, however, said the party cannot be intimidated or cowed by any external aggressors. His statement comes 3 days after INEC announced that none of its officials attended or monitored proceedings at the party's March 27 National Convention in Benue, Anambra State. Obure has been loggerheads with the NLC leadership over the legitimacy of his re-election. The party's internal rift remains unresolved as the NLC and its stakeholders continue to distance themselves from current NWC. The situation escalated further when INEC responded to a request by the lawyer for a certified true copy, CTC, or its reports on the convention and the party's constitution. INEC opposition has since led to a chain reaction, with the NLC insisting that it has been vindicated. Owners of local refineries in Nigeria, including the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, say they can help the country stop the importation of refined petroleum products in 18 months if the federal government works with their plan. The refiners who spoke under the aegis of the Crude Oil Refiners Association of Nigeria said there are other refineries at different stages of completion to join the 650,000 capacity Dangote Petroleum Refinery. In an interview, current Publicity Secretary Eche Idoko told newsmen that Dangote Refinery and other in the country can satisfy the fuel needs of the nation. Idoko's commitment is coming at a time when the chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, said the country would not stop fuel importation to break the Dangote monopoly and ensure energy security. The current official argued that there was no way the government would tackle rising inflation if it did not address the high cost of fuel, especially by working with the local refiners. Idoko said Nigeria was enough crude oil to feed Dangote and other refineries, but noted that the crude theft have been the major challenge to the upstream oil sector. He mentioned that ending the importation of fuel would strengthen the naira against dollars, asking that IOCs should start selling fuel directly to local refiners instead of referring them to other trading agents in Europe. With that, we've come to the end of our bulletin. Before we go, a recap of the top stories. Benue State Civil Protection Guards arrested suspected vandals in Makurdi. Federal government said 2024 budget will be fully implemented. We also told you that 3 died in Lagos building collapse. Thanks for being part of Countrywide on Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. Remain blessed.